I'll be recording. I'm actually going to adjust this a tad.
Yeah,
I
get
need
in
to
here.
start figuring out how to...
All right.
There we go. Make it level ground. Okay, cool. Yeah, the last podcast we did, I had the mic stand like half on the carpet, half on the floor, and the mic just kept going like very slowly drifting towards me. And I was just like, oh my! And then we're playing guitar. I'm playing guitar, and it just keeps just ever so slowly. But hey, Will King, Billy King,
Billiam Kingsley.
how are you doing, brother?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I did just break a tradition, though. The first question I just asked you how you're doing, but that's not what I'm supposed to ask.
Oh, word.
Are you familiar with the first question of this podcast? That's been the tradition. Are you familiar with this?
I don't know. I believe not. Then.
Okay. Well, okay. So far, no one's known what it is, so no one's caught on yet. The day someone is like, "Oh, I know what the first question is," I'm prepared for that. That'll be the day I know we've made it. But
Hell
Will,
yeah.
thank you for being here. Why Amaretto today?
Well, I chose Amaretto
NA. Before you go, I should say NA Amaretto.
Yeah.
As well. But yes,
Yeah.
carry on.
So it's an Amaro Falso. So NA little cocktail. I like it because it's really, really close to an actual cocktail. And because I haven't been drinking for the past couple of years, I really like this one if I'm getting fancy. And I feel like this is an appropriate occasion to be fancy.
We keep it fucking bougie as fuck on here, dude.
That's right.
We keep it bougie on the pod. But yes, I agree, dude. This is I'm gonna have a quick little sip.
Yeah.
It's got the bite that you don't get from a lot of NA liquors.
For sure. I've had quite a few. And, there's different ways that some people do it. Some people make the alcohol normally and then they burn off the alcohol so that you're really just getting the sugar and water. And those just taste sweet and really watery. And then there's other ones, I won't say any names, but they use just a whole bunch of different spices and stuff. And they're actually pretty good, the ones that just make them via spices. But, it still does taste kind of watery.
Yeah.
There's this one that's a tequila that it does have that bite. They use capsaicin, and it's it gives you that heat in the back of your throat whenever you're taking a shot of it.
What is capsaicin? I feel like I know what that is, but it's not.
It's like the heat element of a pepper.
Okay. So it definitely okay. I like that. You've been doing the NA thing for a while now.
Yeah, man. 2.5 years.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And so no hangovers.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
No hangovers. You gotta love that. But what do you have a favorite NA beer or liquor, or do you have?
Oh yeah.
Can you give us one of each, just so I know what to try when I'm trying to?
So I mean, these are my favorite NA liquor ones, because it's more like a cocktail. But Ritual makes really good NA stuff for liquors, and then my favorite NA beer is Bush NA.
Bush NA, you heard it here, people. Damn, Bush.
Yeah, man, it tastes the closest to a cheap beer. I've had a lot of them. Athletic's great. Best Day Brewing is also really good. They have this Electra Lime that's really, really awesome. Throw some limon on it or tahini. You're golden.
Get the full effect. Yeah. Does Dos Equis have one?
They do. It's good. Mick Ultra also has one now, and it's pretty good. Cool. Bud Zero also solid.
Hell yeah. I don't. Lone Star doesn't have one yet, do they?
No. Oh, you know who does have one that's really good? Guinness 0.0.
Okay.
It basically tastes like a real Guinness with just a little bit of water poured in it.
Like a stout, a thick. Okay, I'll have to try that one. So I've done a couple of the NA beers. I feel like I've had probably mostly Heineken Zeros.
Yeah, those are good.
And I've had Beeros.
Oh yeah, the
Have you
Bureaus
had a
are
Bureau
good.
yet?
Yeah, Tom Holland's brand.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
gotta love Spidey, dude.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
yeah. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, dude. We support. I've said it before. We'll say it again. We support the NA liquors and beers of the world on this podcast. We are straight supporters. We get down with it. Whether and I always say it, like whether you're fully sober, and you don't want to drink alcohol at all, and that's your lifestyle, which is great. Or if you do drink and you just want to fucking take a weekend off, you need a weekend off, or you need something to take the edge off, which it kind of does.
Yeah.
After a long day at work,
For sure. Or
it's
like,
so good for that.
a lot of people I know these days are like sandwiching them. So they'll have like a real beer and then an NA beer and then a real beer, so that it's like spacing out the time of them drinking alcohol so that they're not like super hungover the next day.
Oh,
Which
see, I
is
haven't done that yet.
Interesting.
I haven't done that yet. Just because once I'm going, you know what I mean? It's hard to have the thought to oh, maybe I'm gonna do an NA.
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure.
I just can't say I should, but the
Yeah.
thought just doesn't cross my mind.
No, I mean,
to
it
do
wouldn't
that.
have crossed mine either. Once
Yeah.
I'm about 4 in, it's like, all right, let's just go full send.
Yeah. I'm too used to the full send. But what can you do? Anyways, dude, so I want to talk about a little Billy King. I want to talk about what's coming up for you guys, man.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got Fake Friends, which I have to say fucking slaps.
Right on,
Fucking
man.
slaps.
Thanks.
Love the aesthetic of
Yeah.
of the art and the promo that y'all are doing as
For
well.
sure, yeah.
Getting the 90s thing going. But
Yeah, little Y2K throwback.
yes, absolutely. I feel like the cover. I'm thinking no. Yeah, the cover or the album art, the single art. It reminds me of like SSX Tricky.
Dude, that's exactly what I was going for when I
Yeah.
made that logo for like the Fake Friends.
So
I was
good,
like,
man.
this looks like SSX Tricky, and I love it.
Dude, absolutely nailed it. The actual music, though, I feel like it's not the Billy King we've heard before. It's this is new age
Yeah, for sure.
Billy King and the Bad Bad Bad. To me, just having listened to all your old records and just us being homies, but also me just like actually being a fan of y'all's band. I've seen y'all live so many times, and like y'all blow my mind sometimes. I'm just like, fuck, to see y'all grow and everything. It's amazing. But specifically, I feel like this song is different from like a melody standpoint. And like the shit y'all have done, the beautiful music that y'all have made in the past has always been like harder. I feel like the mixes have been way different, and this is a lot more like melody focused and melody driven.
Yeah,
I don't know
sure.
if you agree with that,
No, I
or
agree.
if that's off. I guess was that like a conscious thing for you, kind of writing these songs, or is that just what came out?
It honestly is what came out. That's a song that I wrote in probably 30 minutes, like lyrics and everything. It just like kind of came out of me, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if this is a Billy King song, but fuck it, we're just gonna do it. And showed the guys, and they were like, hell yeah, let's go for it. Because I mean, it's got that pop punk feel to it.
Definitely.
Just like reminiscent of all the bands I was really into in the mid 2000s and late 90s, and just I guess I was just processing a lot of things. Friends had passed away and stuff, and like reflecting on my childhood is kind of where that song came out of.
Yeah. What is it? What is that? Mortal Kombat and what's that lyric in there?
Oh yeah, Star Fox and Mortal
Star
Kombat.
Fox and Mortal Kombat. And that was one of those lyrics. I heard it, and I was like, to me, it was just so fucking relatable.
Yeah,
Because it was like, that was in 64 days.
For sure.
That was, I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't a line about like a Smash Bros line. You know what I mean? Whenever I hear Star Fox, I'm like, I mean, that was my character in Smash.
Yeah.
Who did you use in Smash?
Oh man, Falco for sure.
Oh yeah. And Melee. And Melee.
Yeah.
Is that the one where you sent it the most?
Yeah.
Was it Melee?
Totally.
Same here. Okay.
But dude, I used them all. Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. Would you sleep those people and then use the fucking instant kill? All right.
Oh, Link. Yeah. I used Link a lot.
Link. DK.
Yeah.
Were you a Donkey Kong guy?
I didn't use Donkey Kong a lot, to be honest. Yeah.
I was probably between Fox and Kirby the most.
Yeah. Oh, Kirby. That was the one that I was actually thinking of, not Jigglypuff. I used Kirby a lot.
I had a buddy that he would use Samus.
Yeah.
And just fuck me up every time with that big fucking ball of energy. You know,
yeah.
The fucking, yeah.
Oh,
man. Charge up, dude.
I used Samus a lot. And Sheik, or what was the one character that transforms into Sheik? Zelda. Yeah, Zelda. Yeah, I use Zelda a lot too.
Great character as well.
It's been so long, man. Dang, I need to get back to it.
Dude. I heard they were doing like a live action like Nintendo verse.
Oh, uh-huh.
Like I heard they're gonna make a live action Zelda movie.
Okay.
So, and I was like, I don't know if that was just fake news, some fake shit I saw, some fan made something, but I was like, that could definitely work.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, back to the music, dude.
Yeah.
That song absolutely slaps.
Well,
we've got a record coming out, or is it another single?
Yeah. So another single just came out. It's called Out of My Head. It was released on October 13th. And then essentially we've got about 10 more songs that are recorded and that we're just working on finishing up and then mixing and mastering. Our goal is to just start releasing singles about every 6 to 8 weeks and just really kind of help our social media grow. Because I've noticed that with our last album, we spent a lot of time into it, and I feel like the whole album itself is really excellent, and I'm an album person. I like to listen to things front to back, and so I take a lot of thought when I'm writing it that, you're going to get the flow from the beginning to the end of how it's going to go and everything. And, with our last album, it was hot for like 6 weeks, 2 months, and then 2025 rolls around and, it just you see the numbers start dropping on like streams and stuff. And so in just this day and age, I feel that because we're a smaller band and we're not at the level we want to be at, the single releases will help us, escalate that growth. I
think, and look, I'm no fucking expert, dude. I don't have a hit, as they would say. But I think you're right. That's probably the right way to approach it. That way you could kind of, and maybe this is your thought process too, kind of have the videos and the promotion on social media to where you could kind of keep it.
Right. You're just constantly getting new content out there. You're constantly pushing all your stuff. And then you could still be promoting the more recent but older released singles, So
totally.
Then you're just like kind of cycling through each song, which I did that with the album too. But then after a while, it's like all these songs came out at once, so you're just cycling through all these different content videos. And then after a while, it feels too repeated because it's like you're just doing the same 10 ones.
Yeah.
And like you're doing different videos for each song, but it's the same 10 songs is what I'm getting at. So with this, it's like, okay, new song, fresh for everyone to hear, and just get like 20 reels of that one song and just like put those out in a row before it gets old. And then you're like, okay, next one. And then like 20 reels.
Now, are you doing just like sort of content videos like this for each song, or are there music videos associated with each of these as well, or just some? Or
yeah. So there are some music videos that we have, and then some of them are just mostly real content, 1 minute, 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
But
Good old
For all,
reels.
yeah,
Good
but
old
I mean,
reels.
for all the reels that we've created basically a video for the entire song, so they could be posted at a future time as the full thing.
Nice. Yeah. It's good to have some content kind of from people that I've talked to that manage bands and do these promotional rollouts and things like that. They're always talking about having a certain amount of content, these reels and things, having like a just a bunch of them like ready to go.
Yeah.
Before you start posting that first one, like having 15, however many, right? Just so that you could constantly keep up that schedule.
Yeah.
And dude, I've never been able to like. I feel weird spamming my social media followers with like same thing, this song, this the fucking same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
And
no,
then-
I feel weird about it
Isn't
too.
it weird?
And like you'll notice that like people aren't liking it as much after you repost things. But the goal isn't trying to get to your current audience. You're trying to get new followers. And you're
Exactly.
trying to capture new people's attention. So like, yeah, your closest followers are gonna see every single video all the time. And that kind of does suck. But eventually those videos are going to get to new people. And like, I don't know if you look at the data on your videos, but like on every reel that I make, I write down in an Excel spreadsheet of like, this is how many new followers it got. This is how many like current followers that I already have viewed it, all the likes and everything. So I'm like trying to gauge metrics on like what's working and what's not. And then I also do ads with Meta Ads Manager.
Yep.
And then just like throw like $3 to $5 a day, and then I'll just put that out for like a month, and then see where it's going. I know that you've done that in the past, and
Definitely. Yeah.
or probably still do it. But.
Yeah, I don't think I'm running any like song I have right now. I think I actually just like paused or canceled a couple that I had for the last music video or song that I put out. But it's kind of funny because lately I was like, for a minute there, I think I was kind of like wanting to grow my fan base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or following via social media. I shouldn't say fan base. It just sounds so funny. I want to get more fans. All right. Hey, you know what I mean? No, but I wanted to grow the social media following. Right?
Yeah.
And it was doing that, and it's cool. It's nice to see when you go from 1,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 3,000. Okay, we're making some progress, right? It feels good. But as of late, I've kind of like switched from just like wanting to like have all these songs where I'm like, oh, I need this content video and this and that and this and that, and doing like a rollout for each song, to just like I've like loaded a few songs to Spotify. Like I'm actually putting out a song next week.
Yeah.
Hey, here's my promotion. Here's my reel. Okay, I'm gonna steal this part of the podcast real quick. Putting out a song next week, next Thursday, and I haven't done any. I haven't said big news coming.
Yeah, dude, that one I can't like. Big news coming. Stay tuned. It's like just post it when it's out.
Yes, God. Okay. I'm glad we're on the same page there. But no, I haven't done any sort of like post. I don't have really, and I've been thinking like maybe I was like literally thought like maybe tomorrow like Nicole goes out of town, maybe I'm gonna just like get weird in the living room and like shoot some content video. For the song and like see what happens, but I'm like, how much do I care, or do I just have this song that I'm proud of that I don't think it needs this giant rollout? I don't care too much who hears it, but I'm gonna just put it out.
Yeah,
and I've kind of been feeling like that makes me happy.
Yeah,
so I'm like, I'm
cool.
gonna do it. I'm like, fuck it.
I feel that I get that way sometimes. It can be so easy to like burn out on it, especially if you're doing a lot like in a row. Because what you were saying earlier, like you have to plan all these reels. I'll literally plan months in advance, like start filming so that I can edit them and like come up with new ideas. And then I'll film a bunch and then I'm like, oh, these kind of suck. So I'm not going to use these, but then I'll get better ones. And then that way, whenever I have a whole bunch stacked, then I can release all the really good ones. And then I'm like, all right, these sucky ones, I can release 2 now because I don't feel as bad and I do need content.
Dude, yeah, I totally feel that. And it's good when you're kind of racking up that content too, to be like to have a little bit of time to like watch it. And sometimes, I don't know, sometimes for me, I make something and I'm like, this is dope, sick, hell yeah. And then like a week later I look at it back and I'm like, that's just kind of fucking lame. You know what I mean?
Or, it feels cringy for sure to do it.
It's hard for me, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
No,
I'm
I
like,
feel
if I get that, and it's happened to me at times, even really not opportune times, inopportune times, I think is what I was looking for. I'm like, I'm not even drinking. We're doing NA. we're doing NA, and I'm like, I think it's just now, like, I get into this mode on the podcast where I'm just like locked in, and I'm gonna be fucking just regurgitating fucking words.
Yeah,
not regurgitating, but just
I
but
get
just I know I'm gonna be talking, and I start going, and the motor's fucking revved, and I'm like, I'm warmed up. Okay, and I'm warmed up now, but but fuck, what was I even saying? It was an inopportune time where I recorded an album. There were times with the Lewd Dudes where we recorded an album and we spent so much time getting it mixed, and we're so much time getting it mixed. We're shooting a video. We're planning an album release. We're getting vinyls made, doing all this shit. And meanwhile, we're getting together weekly, and we're having our band practices, rehearsals for shows, and we're working on new songs too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck this album. Like, what about these songs?
Oh, dude,
you know what I mean?
I feel that way all the time.
Oh, dude, it's always the new shit.
Dude,
it's
it
hot.
is. The new hotness, man.
The new hotness.
Dude, we're recording a song literally right now in ACC with one of our friends, David Deers.
Oh, yeah,
and,
Riley told me. Told me, hell yeah.
We literally just recorded it last week, and then on Friday I go in to do vocals and extra guitar stuff, and it's like, this song is so good, and we have these other recordings that are like being worked on that we did earlier in the year. And I'm like, I kind of want to finish this one first and get it out there, and then we'll get back to those other ones.
Yeah, dude. You gotta ride the wave, man. You gotta ride the wave.
Man.
You gotta ride the wave when it's there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you wait too long,
the inspiration is kind of gone. You know, that magic.
The magic is
the magic.
And like we've talked about it on the podcast a few times. I think probably 2 or 3 other podcasts we talked about how, like, if it's really hard to regain that energy when you're writing and when you're in the recording process.
For sure.
When it's like if you started recording the song, finish it.
Oh, 100%.
If you started writing the song, definitely finish it and like get a whole song out.
Yeah.
You can worry about going back and making edits later, but get out as much of that, push the creativity part of it.
Yeah.
Like don't necessarily worry about arrangement.
Right.
But push the creativity. If you're writing, like physically writing or typing lyrics into your phone, whatever you do, I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that, just lean into it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
A lot of it is like I'll write down on a notepad, but I don't know. My memory works in a really strange way. I forget so much shit, but like when it comes to writing my music, it's just like locked in the dome, man. Like I'll come up with a line and then I just say it a few times and then it's just locked in. I'm like, that's the line. That's it. Then, and then I'll work off of that. Like, trying to figure out what rhymes with this and what's gonna rhyme and sound cool and go along with the story that I'm trying to tell. But like what you're saying, get it out. You do want to get it out immediately whenever you're in that mode, because like, to me, creativity is like you're an antenna to the universe and you're just receiving in that moment that signal of what you're creating. You're like pulling it from what some call like the Akashic records, where it's like existence within the universe that like everything past, present, future, all knowing is all information is there, and you're just like receiving the information because it's like, you know, you get it out.
What did you the cash? The what?
Oh, Akashic records,
Akashic
man.
record. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Look into it.
Okay.
It's essentially just like a vault of information. You know, not really necessarily a vault, but it's like a dimensional thing where like all knowledge of everything in existence, where time doesn't like have an existence there. So like
Almost
all
like
the
your
information is
subconscious?
stored there. Somewhat,
Kind of part
but
of it.
yeah,
That would be
it's
part of
like
it, maybe?
it's like basically like, have you ever thought of something, you had this idea, and then you really want to create it, and then you don't, but then somebody else comes up with that same thing or something like exactly similar because they're pulling that information from the same place, and then it also is associated with like. For instance, you know, no one could run a 4-minute mile used to, right? But then all of a sudden one person breaks that barrier. And then because that like signal was received and then he was able to break that barrier, then all of a sudden people left and right are breaking that 4-minute mile run.
Right. Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, it's similar to things like that. It's like once one person achieves it, it opens the door for other people to access that achievement, you know?
Gotcha.
Like Tony Hawk with the 900. It's like you see kids doing 900s all the time now. But back then it was a huge deal.
Dude, yeah, I saw a video of like an 11-year-old doing a 900 the other day. I was like, what the fuck?
I know, it's
like,
wild.
It's impressive. I mean, some of these kid prodigies and like with music and with I saw this kid the other day. I forget what his name is. But he's like a producer and he's like 5 years old and he's like producing music in Logic and it's showing videos of him automating stuff.
Oh yeah, and then creating everything.
Yeah,
I've
and then
seen
he plays
that
the
kid.
bass and then he
Yeah.
plays keys and then he'll like whisper something and turn it into a snare or something like that and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like that's so far ahead of what I could do behind Ableton or Logic.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's crazy.
I mean,
It's
when you're
crazy.
that young, your mind is like a sponge, so you're just like absorbing everything. And then the older you get, it gets a little more like hardened, and then so
Yeah.
you're not absorbing things as much. But I mean, I feel like it's still possible to like tap back into that, let things go, and just like open yourself up to being able to absorb that stuff.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. And like, so with the absorbing, right? So you mentioned like when you think of a melody or a lyric, it's like locked in.
Yeah.
Is that like if you're like immediately as soon as you think of it before you even play it with a guitar and a song or and I guess this kind of leads to another question is like when you're writing, are you hearing like a melody in your head, you start writing and then you add the guitar to it?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of all the above?
So I mean, there's definitely where I'll think of like a lyric melody and then I want to add guitar to it because I'm like, oh, this sounds cool in my head.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, I'm just jamming and free flowing on the guitar, and then I'm like, oh, this riff is cool, and then I just start singing on top of it. Just whatever's coming out. I'm just making stuff up, you know?
Nice.
Some things don't even make sense. And then I'll get something that's like, holy shit, that's it. Like, that's the line. I got to keep that. And then I'll just keep going. And then just like free flowing, you know, letting it all just come out. And then, you know, if I find that line that I'm like, shit, this is it, then I'll write around that a lot of the time. I'm like if especially like if I come up with a really catchy chorus, I'm like, okay, well, the song's about this now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like I do a lot of object writing too, you know, to help like open my mind up to be more specific in things, you know, like with Fake Friends, how it is like really specific about Nintendo and Star Fox and Mortal Kombat and like, you know, being a kid and literally seeing the TV, and I don't know what kind of TV you had, but like there were plasma TVs that like just the images would burn into the TV. Like I played Nintendo 64 so much there was just like a little N64 logo in the bottom corner just burned into the TV.
Hell yeah, dude. So what do you? I guess what do you mean by object? Right? Do you mean like specifically you're imagining an object, like a
Oh yeah,
physical
yeah.
object?
So yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever you want it to be about, the object or subject. Like if your object,
a proper
yeah.
noun
So if you're
almost?
like, for instance, like object writing, I'm writing about this glass, and then I'm gonna write about what goes in it and the feeling that it feels like to hold it in my hand, like that it's cold. I'm writing about the ice swirling around, and then the feeling of like what this liquid is going to be like when it touches my lips, and then you're like expanding on it: smell, sight, sound, taste, and then like how it makes you feel and the emotions that it brings up about it. So like
Now I'm like, I want to try that, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, just
that's
try it. It's
inspiring.
good for practice. Especially just to like get you in the habit of getting more specific about certain things, because like I mean, for me, whenever I think of all like the greatest songs that are out there, they're pretty specific on like how they're singing, and like it's super relatable. And even if it's not relatable to you, you understand where it's coming from, because it's like it takes you on a journey into that pinpoint time frame that they're explaining.
Absolutely. Damn, I'm totally gonna do that, dude.
Yeah, dude,
I'm
check it out.
gonna steal that one.
Go for it. Anyone that's watching, go ahead and take
Yeah.
it.
Have you ever tried? Oh hell yeah! I was about to tell you, Nicole.
Little
like,
shots.
yeah. I think I'm glad we're doing shots, because like this has been a tradition on the pod, and I'm like, we're doing NAs, but we should still absolutely do shots.
Let's rip a
I
shot,
like that.
dude.
Let's rip it. Here. Cheers, my dude.
Salud.
Thanks again for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. When's the last time you took a shot?
Probably a few months ago of that like ritual liquor.
Nice. Okay.
Like if somebody comes over and they don't really drink, I'll be like, "Hey, you want to try this NA liquor and take a shot together?" Because it's like that fond memory of when we used to take shots,
It's
and,
still fun. That
it
was
is
fun.
still fun. Yeah, I
enjoyed
had a
doing
great
that.
time. I
That was
enjoy that.
fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, drinking, I don't think that everyone needs to quit or anything. It was just that like it got to a point for me that I wasn't writing as much, and then whenever I'm hungover, I don't want to write because I'm so hungover that I just want to like smoke weed and lay on a couch and watch TV, and then like,
Thank you.
I just got to a realization. I took a lot of breaks, and then like one time I was like, I'm gonna do 100 days. I did that 100 days, and then I went back to drinking, and then I realized, man, I'm way more productive. I write more. I'm more like in tune with all the things that I want, and I did a lot of self-reflection and realized things that I do want to change about myself. So I was like, all right, I'm going back to not drinking. And then that was it. Yeah.
It's. I mean, when you're not drinking, you're definitely gonna. I think you're gonna do your best work. You're not gonna be
Which
hungover.
is surprising. It seems scary because you're like, I used to drink to like get in the
Loosen up
loosen up and
and-
get in the mode of like, all right, I'm ready to write now. But
for sure.
and it is true. Like at first, like it does help, and then eventually it just gets to a point. For me, I was just like in the service industry and played a lot of shows and stuff, so alcohol's always around, and it's just like one day I realized like this actually is not helping me, And that was just me personally.
Yeah, and it's it's interesting because I agree with you 1,000%. The thing I like it for is like, so I've played so many shows in my life too, and I feel like I found my sweet spot. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
Where it's like depending, unless it's a 3-hour show, I'm better just like one of those long ones.
Yeah.
For that, I'm better not drinking anything.
For sure.
Not drinking anything, going in, and then maybe having a drink towards the end,
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
halfway through at least.
Yeah, because that's a marathon,
It's a marathon. But if let's say I'm doing like an hour set. For me, there's this like sweet spot of like one shot of tequila right before I go on, and then a drink on stage, and like and that like I just feel good. But if I'm drinking before the show, I'm fucked. It's not and I think most people are. No one is gonna. You can't actually be in your best form, like if you're sloshed. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's not. No one is.
No.
No one can be. So and I mean, I've tried all these other things, and it's just like that. If I'm gonna do anything, that's kind of it for me.
No, I think that's solid.
And so when you were saying like with writing, with that writing exercise you were talking about, I do want to ask you about that. Have you ever tried writing like a short story or a book or a script for a TV show? Have you ever tried any sort of writing outside of writing songs?
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually writing a musical with my brother.
No shit.
Yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So essentially the idea that I have, it's called Wise Guys, and it's basically these musicians, they're actually undercover agents. And while they're traveling around the world playing these huge shows, they're also secret assassins and are assassinating foreign diplomats. And so, like, I'm going to write the whole score for the entire musical.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
That is so sick.
Thanks, man.
I love that concept. That's a concept. Like, concept that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
Cool.
And because it's like, I love musicals, but there are not a lot of action musicals, So it's going to be funny, but also action, and it's a musical. And, like, tie all of that into one. And I'm really excited to see where it goes,
And you said it's following a band. You mentioned
a band.
Okay.
And
the
so,
band,
like,
the whole band is Assassins.
Yes.
Now, okay, so is there one? Is like the lead singer or whatever like gonna be a main character, or is it really gonna follow the whole band? And I have a reason for this question.
Yeah. So there's definitely going to be like a main one, but it's going to follow the whole band, So the whole band will be like the squad team that, goes and basically does the mission or whatever you want to call it.
I'd love this idea. But the reason for my question is who do you have a Hollywood movie star in mind for this part? Like who if or for this main part, or do you have the whole band in mind?
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, well, so honestly, it's got to be finished getting written, and then you got to figure out who is this going to be for, and like who's going to capture this part the best for all of them.
Timothée Chalamet, right?
Yeah.
There
no,
he is. Timothy.
I feel like,
Timothée.
Channing Tatum, he would be a good one.
Channing Tatum, he seems like a drummer.
Yeah.
He'd be I think he'd make a good drummer.
Yeah, just give him the fucking animal hair.
Yeah. I could see him playing a drummer or like a bass player. I feel like I could see him bass or drums. But you got to get someone who can perform.
Right, like Jason Statham, would he be the lead singer?
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Sing a love song for you.
Yeah.
Right there.
I think he'd be open to a musical. He hasn't done one yet, so.
Has he not?
I don't think so.
I don't think he can do anything.
I think he's ready to expand his portfolio.
I think so. From the Beekeeper.
Yeah.
Was it someone was telling me that all of his characters are like the same character, or all of his movies are like the same movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Someone was telling me that, and I was like, and I like Jason Statham.
I love him.
I thought about it, and I was like, and it's like retired assassin or whatever,
Right, that comes back in for a job.
Has to come back
Yeah.
in because he's forced back in.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah,
that's kinda,
one of my
I feel like
favorites
that
though
has
is The
been kind
Italian
of
Job, dude.
That's a good movie. Transporter. I
Yeah,
liked a lot.
all of them.
They were all pretty badass. I haven't seen The Beekeeper though. I kind of do want to watch it.
I also
though.
haven't seen The Beekeeper.
Maybe we'll watch it. Maybe we'll throw it on. Maybe
There
after
we
the
go.
pod now.
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That sounds so sick, man. I'm super excited for that. Now that you talked about it on the podcast, it's gotta happen,
dude.
It's gotta happen now.
I mean, this is gonna take. So don't plan for this to be released anytime soon. My brother's going to school right now, and so it's like a 5-year plan of getting it completed.
Do you imagine this as like
written.
a play or as a movie?
I think it could be cool to be adapted as a play. I mean, my brother is like a theater major. He is going to grad school for theater, and so he's definitely done that so much. I mean, he won world in speech drama debate UIL.
I saw him perform one time.
Yeah.
I saw him over. This was years ago. I had been living in Austin for 6 months maybe, and my roommate was good friends with your brother.
Oh yeah,
Kyle Moore.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it was awesome. Like improv show.
Yeah. And so I mean, he's really good at that. And like whenever he was in Harlingen, he was working with the community theater there, and like he basically adapted stories into plays and put them on at the community theater. And it's like an actual big theater. They bring traveling acts from Broadway and stuff to there even. And so like with his experience in, theater, writing, movies, acting, I know that my experience with writing music, and I've also felt like a theater kid. Like I love doing reels and I love making little content and bits and music videos. Like I truly do love it. I feel like with my little experience and then his wealth of knowledge of experience that like will create something pretty cool.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, I know y'all cook it up. I have to say my favorite piece of content from y'all was the thing y'all did in Vegas. Where it was like the Godfather. Godfather. Spoof. Dude, that was so awesome. The family. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Nicole, where are we at
We're
on
bringing
time?
that back.
Where are we at on time right now? I'm curious. 42. Okay, so we got some time to chat. What do you think? You want to do a song or two?
Yeah, let's
maybe
do a song,
should we
man.
kick up a song? Cool. Yeah, we can break for a track. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless there's anything you want to plug, anything else you want to talk about.
Oh
dude.
well, I
don't want to cut us short, dude.
Yeah. Well, depending on
we got time. We got all the time in the world.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So don't get it twisted.
Well, we're about to kick off tour. We're going to be going to West Texas, Terlingua, Alpine, then California, Utah, Colorado. So that's exciting.
Hell yeah.
And that starts on Saturday, the 25th of October. And then, into November.
Is that this? That's not this.
It's
that's
Saturday,
not this week.
dude.
Is that Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, oh my god, is that this weekend or next?
Yeah. We start in
Okay.
Austin on Saturday, Houston Sunday, and then Wednesday we're off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where in Houston are y'all playing?
Dan Electro's, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's my
That
favorite
place has
spot
been-
in Houston.
It's been popping lately.
The owner, Sean Brennan, just the nicest guy and like really helpful and just, loves music, loves helping musicians, loves helping the arts in Houston, really. I mean, like he's definitely a pillar of the community, just bringing people together. So I love that.
Sick.
In Austin, we're playing at ABGB. The Austin Beer Garden and Brewing Company.
We do love the ABGB. What day is that?
Saturday, October
Saturday?
25th.
So that's this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, shit. Okay, now I'm like, Nicole's out of town.
That
but
part-
I should be able to stop in for that. I'll come
Yeah.
through. I'll come through.
Yeah.
I'll get myself a
Yes.
slice of pizza.
Dude, yeah,
Maybe
6:30.
a muffalata. Have you had the muffalata there?
Oh, yeah.
That shit's pretty dank.
Yeah.
Shit's pretty dank. Shout out the ABGB.
ABGB.
We love you guys.
We do.
Well, cool, man. Let's wrap up the little interview portion. if
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
it. And then we could put a little reverb, a little EQ on these microphones, and do a little jam.
Little jam sesh,
Little
dude.
fucking sexy little jam sesh.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, cheers. Thanks again, my man.
Salud.